Naik tak?
Tahu?
Tu tadi kau lagi aku dah tekan dah. Oh tu
Okey, dah.
tu. Okey.
Kau start Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 9 and we would like to present about the freedom of expression from the Islamic communication perspective compared to Western media. My name is SHARIFAH NURALIA binti SYED SHARIFFUDDIN and my metric number is 1210090. Introduction. Freedom of expression means that people have the right to say what they think and believe without anyone telling them they can't. This really doesn't just protect ideas that most people agree with, but also allow people to share opinions that might be different or not popular. It also helps protect people's rights, encourage different ideas, and make sure that society keep growing and getting better. Freedom of expression from the Islamic communication perspective. Number 1, in Islam, people are allowed to express themselves, but they also have to be careful about not causing harm to others and breaking important rules. Second, although people are allowed to talk freely in Islam, it's important to only say true things and be fair to others, and also should not spread lies or say mean things about others. Number 3, freedom of expression in Islamic communication means that people have the right to say what they think and share information. Number 4, Islamic communication promote the Islamic communication promote the preservation of public interest, maslahah, and the well-being of the communication.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FARZANA ZAHEERA binti AHMAD RAZALI. My metric number is 1210070. I would like to present about freedom of expression from the Western communication. First, freedom of speech. Individuals have the right to express their opinions, thoughts, and beliefs without fear of censorship or harassment. Second, protection of dissenting voices. Freedom of expression involves protecting the rights of individuals and groups with different views. Third, freedom of the press. A free press plays a key role in democratic societies by informing citizens, investigating matters of public interest, and holding those in power to account. Fourth, artistic and cultural expression. Freedom of expression also extend to forms of the artistic and cultural communication. Fifth, restriction of freedom of expression. Western legal systems recognize certain restrictions on expression to prevent harm or to protect the right of others. Last but not least is balancing rights and duties. In addition to freedom of expression, the Western view of communication underscore the responsibility that arises from this.
Okay. Please next slide. Okay, my name NURALIA FATEHAH binti AHMAD TARMIZI. And my matrix number is 1210077. Okay, I would like to explain about Islamic communication in expressing political opinions compared to Western communication. Okay, firstly, it's about freedom of speech. Okay, Western society place great value on freedom of speech. As a fundamental human right, it allows people to express their political views, criticize the government, participate in political debates, and express dissent without fear of censorship or reprisal. Next is public discourse. Western communication encourage strong public discourse on political issue. It encourage the exchange of ideas, encourage citizens to be informed and participate in the political process, and recognize the value of different perspectives in shaping public opinion and policy making. Next is media freedom. Western society consider freedom of the press to be a cornerstone of democracy. Free and independent media play a key role in informing the public, investigating cases, and holding those in power accountable. Journalists have the right to cover political issues, to express their views, and to challenge authority. Okay, for the political activism, Western society often provide opportunity for political activism and engagement. Individuals can express their political views in a variety of ways, such as through peaceful protests, rallies, or by participating in political parties or organization. Okay, for legal guarantees, freedom of expression is protected by law and constitutional provision in many Western countries. This legal safeguard provide a framework to protect individuals' right to express their political view and also set restriction on speech that incite violence and constitute hate speech. For social and digital media, the emergence of social media and digital platform has further increased people opportunity and to express their political opinions. This platform provides spaces for public debate, allowing people to share their views, engage in discussion, and mobilize support for political causes. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Next slide, please. My name is Hazzaidi binti Isa. My metric number is 12100041, and I would like to explain about the limitation in freedom of expression in Islamic communication perspective. Freedom of expression in Islamic communication is subject to certain limitation and consideration. It's important to note that interpretation that can vary, and not all Muslim majority countries impose the same restriction or understanding on freedom of expression. However, there are some common limitations that exist in the certain Islamic context. The first one is blasphemy. Many Muslim majority countries have laws against blasphemy, which prohibits insults or criticism of religious figures, symbols, or belief. The second is apostasy. Apostasy, or the act of leaving Islam or converting to another religion. Interpretation of Islamic law in certain countries, expressing views that are perceived as promoting apostasy may be restricted or even criminalized. The third is defamation. Islamic legal tradition often consider defamation, slander, or spreading false information about individuals or groups as harmful acts. Legal system in some Muslim majority countries have provision against defamation to protect people's reputation and prevent social discord. Fourth is hate speech. Hate speech including incitement to violence or discrimination against specific individuals or groups based on their religion, ethnicity, or other characteristics can be restricted to maintain social order and prevent the incitement of hatred or violence. The last one is national security. Like many other countries, Muslim majority nations also have limitations on freedom of expression in the interest of national security. This may include restriction on a speech that's seen as a threat to state stability, public order, or the United Nations. And that's all from my explanation. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is HAZNOR Aqilah binti Hazzaidi. My metric number is 12100068. So for the last part, I would like to represent to you about the freedom of expression from the Islamic communication perspective compared to Western media. I'll just make it short, but at the same time, it's good enough for you to understand. So let me start. The concept for freedom of expression can be understood differently within the Islamic communication perspective compared to the Western media. It's important to note that Islam is a diverse religion and there are variations in interpretation among different Muslim communities and scholars. Therefore, any generalization may not capture the entirety of Islamic perspective on freedom of expression. The first one is contextual differences. Islamic communication considers the context and social norms of the Muslim community as important factors in regulating speech. The emphasis is often placed on preserving communal harmony, maintaining respect, and avoiding the spread of harmful or offensive speech. In contrast, Western media tends to prioritize individual freedoms, including the right to express diverse opinions and criticize authority, even if it may be offensive to some. Secondly, religious sensitivity. Islamic communication may place restrictions on the expression of views or actions that are considered blasphemous or disrespectful towards Islam, its Prophet Muhammad, or other religious symbols. Protecting the sanctity of religious belief and preventing the incitement of hatred or violence against religious communities is seen as crucial. Western media, on the other hand, generally allows for more critical discussions and even satire regarding religious figures or institutions. The third one is state and legal control. In some Islamic countries, the state or legal systems may exert control over freedom of expression to a greater extent compared to Western countries. These restrictions can be in the form of blasphemy laws, limitations on political dissent, or controlling the dissemination of information deemed against national security or religious values. Western media, while not entirely unrestricted, tends to have stronger legal protections for freedom of expressions and a more independent media landscape. Last but not least, cultural and social values. Islamic communication often emphasizes collective identity and societal cohesion, valuing communal interests and the preservation of moral and ethical values. This can lead to limitations on the expression of certain ideas, especially those that challenge cultural or religious norms. In Western media, the focus is often on individualism, diversity, and the promotion of differing viewpoints, even if they may be seen as controversial or offensive by some segments of society. Next. So, for the conclusion, well, it's important to recognize that these differences are general observations and not absolute characteristics. There are Muslim majority countries where varying degrees of freedom of expression exist, influenced by factors such as cultural diversity, political system, and social dynamics. Additionally, within Western media, there are also limitations and ethical considerations that shape the boundaries of free speech. Understanding and respecting these differences in perspective can contribute to constructive dialogue and greater appreciation of diverse cultural and religious viewpoints when discussing freedom of expression. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Dah habis ni.
Stop recording.
Dah stop ke belum?